We think of ourselves as living in the peak of innovation, where rockets touch the stars and AI reshapes our world. But what if we've lost more than we've gained? What if the secrets to our future were buried thousands of years ago, and we've forgotten how to use them? Today, we're exploring 7 ancient technologies that defy explanation. They weren't just ahead of their time, they might still be ahead of ours. Some of them could save lives. Others could change how we build, think, and power the world. Modern science still can't fully explain them. And the strangest part? Let's start with the one they call history's first battery. In the 1930s, archaeologists digging near Baghdad uncovered a strange clay jar. Inside was a copper cylinder and an iron rod. At first glance, just ancient pottery. But when modern scientists tested it, something strange happened. It produced electricity. Its object, now known as the Baghdad Battery, is maybe over 2,000 years old, long before electricity was officially discovered. Some researchers believe it was used to electroplate gold or power early rituals. Others say it's just coincidence. But no one can explain why it works so well, or why multiple versions of it were found nearby. Is it possible that ancient civilizations understood electricity, but we've erased their knowledge? Imagine finding a laptop in a shipwreck from 100 BCE. That's what the Antikythera Mechanism essentially is. Discovered off the coast of Greece in 1901, this device uses dozens of tiny gears to track the movement of planets, eclipses, and moon phases. It's not just a calendar, it's a cosmic calculator. And for over 1,000 years, nothing came close to its complexity. The gears are so advanced that only modern X-ray scanning allowed researchers to understand how it worked. Even now, we can't fully replicate its mechanics using the tools available at the time. So, who made it, and what else were they capable of? The pyramids have inspired theories for centuries. But few talk about the real mystery. They were cut and polished with a level of precision modern stonemasons still struggle to achieve. The stonework. Granite blocks weighing over 50 tons were not just transported. Tool marks show perfectly symmetrical drill holes, sometimes deeper and smoother than what copper tools could have done. Were they using tools we've lost? Or energy sources we haven't rediscovered? Some even suggest sound or vibration was used to cut through stone, a technology Tesla himself believed possible. And yet the mainstream narrative remains. They used copper chisels. But anyone who's tried knows that story doesn't cut it. Modern concrete. It lasts maybe 50 to 100 years before cracking or collapsing. But Roman concrete? Still standing strong after over 2,000 years of foam and seawater, where modern cement fails fast? The Romans didn't just build monuments, they built time-proof infrastructure. Docks, aqueducts, amphitheaters, still structurally sound today. So, what was their secret? Recent studies show Roman engineers used a mix of volcanic ash, lime, and seawater, which actually strengthened over time through a process called Pesolanic reaction. But here's the twist. When modern scientists tried to replicate it, they couldn't get the same long-lasting results. That means either we're still missing a key ingredient or method, or they knew something about material science we don't. Either way, this is more than history. It could be a game changer in sustainable building. It could cut through rifle barrels, stay sharp after hundreds of battles. And yet, the method to make it has been lost for centuries. This is Damascus Steel, a type of metal forged in the Middle East that combined extreme strength with breathtaking beauty. The rippling water-like patterns weren't just decorative. They were a side effect of a nanostructure inside the steel, which scientists only recently started to understand. It's believed that Wootz steel imported from India was a key ingredient, but the full process vanished around the 18th century. And even with our modern tech, we haven't been able to fully recreate the exact properties of the original. Some researchers even claim that carbon nanotubes were involved at centuries before anyone knew what a nanotube was. How did blacksmiths from a millennium ago manage this? Were they simply that advanced? Or did they inherit forgotten knowledge? When we think of wireless power, we think of Tesla's coils, his towers, his dream of limitless energy. But what if that dream wasn't his alone? In ancient Indian texts like the Vedas, there are descriptions of flying machines, Vimanos powered by unknown energy sources. Some translations even suggest the existence of mercury vortex engines and ion propulsion. Temples like Angkor Wat and Borobudur are aligned in precise, geometric, and electromagnetic patterns. Were they just spiritual structures, or something more? Even the Great Pyramid of Giza shows signs of acting as a kind of power amplifier. No soot inside, suggesting no torches were used. Shafts pointing to constellations. Conductive materials layered deep in its core, and the most mysterious part, gold-capped pyramids, underground water channels, and even quartz-based interiors, just like the materials Tesla used in his own towers. Coincidence? Or a forgotten energy grid we haven't decoded? In one of the driest places on Earth, ancient people found a way to bring water from deep underground, not just for survival, but for entire cities. Spiral-shaped holes that act like helix-shaped wind funnels, directing air down to force water up through underground canals. These are the puqueos of Nazca, Peru. Built over 1,500 years ago, they still function today without pumps, without power, without maintenance. Modern engineers admit, we couldn't design something this efficient without GPS and modeling software. How did the Nazca people do it with no modern tools? And more importantly, why aren't we using this today in drought-prone areas around the world? These lost technologies aren't just historical footnotes. They're warnings. They remind us that civilizations rise, advance, and forget. That progress isn't always forward sometimes. It's circular. And maybe, just maybe, we're not the peak of innovation. We're the amnesiacs of a smarter age. So what do all these forgotten technologies have in common? They challenge our beliefs. They ask hard questions. They hint at a version of history that doesn't match what we were taught. Maybe ancient people weren't primitive. Maybe they were advanced in ways we still don't understand. Maybe we're the ones playing catch-up. These technologies weren't just clever. They were efficient, sustainable, and built to last. Concrete that gets stronger with time. Energy that doesn't rely on fossil fuels. Tools that cut with impossible precision. Water systems that require no electricity. So ask yourself, what else have we buried with the past? What knowledge might still be hidden beneath the sands, frozen in ice, or locked away in forgotten languages? Because if these 7 examples survived, how much more have we already lost? And what would happen if we remembered? If you found this video fascinating, don't let it get buried like the tech we just explored. Hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks ancient people just used rocks and sticks. What ancient mystery do you think we've forgotten? Hey, drop your thoughts or theories in the comments. We read every one. And if you want a deeper dive into ancient maps, missing civilizations, or unexplained architecture, stay tuned, because in the next video, we're going underground. Teaser for next episode. They said it was just a hill, till they dug it up. 3 hidden megastructures beneath us, megalithic structures that were disguised as mountains, whole cities buried on purpose, and ancient chambers that shouldn't exist. Subscribe so you don't miss what lies beneath.